Working with Graphs Part 1. In this video, we'll solve problems using bar graphs, line graphs, and pie charts. The bar graph below shows yearly sales for the Party Store Incorporated. What is the percent increase in sales from 2014 to 2016? Round to the nearest tenth of a percent. Here we're given a bar graph, and notice the horizontal axis tells us the years, and the vertical axis tells us the amount of sales in dollars for each year. So for the year of 2013, the Party Store Incorporated made $24,000. We're asked to find the percent increase in sales from 2014 to 2016. To find this value, we'll use the percent of increase formula. The percent increase formula was introduced in Unit 2 of this course. We'll use it again here, and the formula is on the screen. So the percent increase is the absolute value of the new minus the original divided by the original and then multiplied by 100. The new value in this case is going to be the amount of sales for 2016, or the most recent year. The original value will be the amount of sales in 2014. So we'll go ahead and plug those values into the formula and solve. First, we'll perform the operation in the numerator position, which is 18,900 minus 12,900. When we perform that subtraction, we get 6,000. Now we want to take the absolute value of 6,000. The absolute value operation takes whatever's inside those bars and makes it positive. Since 6,000 is already positive, it will just stay as 6,000. So this is our numerator. Next, we're going to divide by 12,900. 6,000 divided by 12,900 gives us a decimal of 0.465116271. Now we'll multiply that by 100. That moves the decimal 2 places to the right, so we have 46.5116271, and we want to round to the nearest tenth of a percent. And rounding to the nearest tenth means that we'll round to 1 decimal place. So our final answer is 46.5%. That is the percent increase of sales from 2014 to 2016. Review the line graph below. How many sofas were sold in May? If we look at the horizontal axis, we'll see that the horizontal axis lists the months of the year, and the vertical axis lists the number of items sold for that month. Now this is a comparative line graph because there's 3 different lines within the graph. We have a red line, which represents the amount of recliners. We have the green line, which represents the amount of end tables sold. And we have the blue line, which represents the amount of sofas sold. We're asked to find the number of sofas sold in May. So first, we want to identify May, or the values that are listed or correspond to May. So here's May, and that means that these 3 dots directly above May correspond to that month. Now we want to identify the line that represents sofas. And we said earlier that sofas is represented by the blue line. So that's this point right here. Once we identify the point, we'll just go across to the vertical axis to see what point that corresponds to on the vertical axis. And it corresponds to 40. So that means that there were 40 sofas sold in May. And our answer is 40. The pie chart below represents the amount of money spent on specific college expenses for a first-year college student. What is the total percent spent on tuition, rent, and other? So here we have a pie chart, and each section of the pie chart represents a certain percentage of expenses. We want to find the total percent spent on tuition, rent, and other. So that means that I'm going to identify the percentages for each individual area and then add them together to find the total. So the percentage for tuition is 52%. The percentage for rent is 15%. And the percentage of other is 3%. So to find the total, I'll just add 52 plus 15 plus 3, and we get 70. So our answer for the total percent spent on tuition, rent, and other is 70%.